President-elect Obama has now moved to Washington. His inauguration is just over 2 weeks away, and he already faces problems, including the sudden withdrawal of his pick for Commerce Secretary. CBS News senior White House correspondent Bill Plante joins us with more. Bill, good morning.
Good morning to you, Julie. That's right. The president-elect and his family have taken up residence. They're in town. They're right down the street at the Hay Adams Hotel, which is right across Lafayette Park from the White House. Mr. Obama can look out the window and see his new home, but in the meantime, he's busy. He's already starting work. He's got a lot to do before moving day. He left Chicago behind Sunday night. On the plane, Mr. Obama told reporters that as he was leaving the house, he welled up with tears.
A little bit. Leaving my house today.
Did you?
I did, a little bit.
What did you do?
Arriving at Andrews Air Force Base and heading for the hotel, he was already at work, dealing with an unexpected hitch in his generally smooth transition. He must now find a new nominee for Commerce Secretary to replace New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson. Richardson withdrew his name Sunday, citing a pending investigation into whether contributions to his Political Action Committee resulted in a state of New Mexico contract for a financial business. Richardson issued a statement saying, "I and my administration have acted properly in all matters, but I have concluded that the ongoing investigation also would have forced an untenable delay in the confirmation process."
Barack Obama.
Kansas Governor Kathleen Sebelius is said to be on the short list of possible replacements. At the top of the Obama agenda, getting an economic stimulus bill through Congress as soon as possible. The president-elect meets with congressional leaders on both sides of the aisle later today. Democrats are on board.
Well, we're going to get to work on the stimulus package immediately. There will be hearings held starting next week on the stimulus package.
But Republicans have some reservations about the size of the bill, and they want more time to debate it.
This was, I think, the Democrats in Congress idea, not the president's idea, to have it on his desk by January 20th. That's just not a practical thing to do.
And with thousands of Israeli soldiers advancing through Gaza over the weekend, the incoming president, who campaigned on a platform of diplomacy and dialogue, has been pressed by supporters around the world to speak out publicly before he takes office. And in what may be a sign of things to come, there's now late word that that economic stimulus bill is not likely to be cleared through Congress before mid-February. That's so both the Republicans and Democrats can have a crack at it. Harry?
All right, Bill Plante in Washington this morning. Thanks so much. We are joined now by Bob Schieffer, CBS News chief Washington correspondent and host of Face the Nation. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning.
Enjoyed your conversation with the vice president yesterday morning. Thanks so much for being here this morning. Let's talk about President-elect Obama's to-do list. And I want to start with this stimulus package, this whole notion of being able to sign it on Inauguration Day. You just heard Bill Plante's package. It may be mid-February. How is this all going to wash out? And is this Mr. Obama's first reality check?
It very much is the first part of the reality check. This is in some ways more a wish list than it is a to-do list, I think, Harry. This is one of the largest federal programs ever considered by the Congress. So the idea that you could sort of get an $800 billion combination package of tax cuts and public works programs, I think in the beginning was a real question. Is that realistic? And I think it's fair to say it is not going to be. I think there's going to be a huge stimulus package, but I don't think it's going to be ready by the time that he is sworn in on January 20th. Yeah. The second thing is finding this new nominee for Commerce Secretary. This is a story. There's something here that we don't know yet. That the fact that Bill Richardson suddenly asked that his name be withdrawn, there's something coming down the road that he's going to have to deal with on this. And the third thing he has to do on his wish list is really just pray that there's some way to get the shooting stopped in the Middle East, because the longer this one goes on, the more difficult it is going to be to resolve. So this new president is coming to town. The wish list, the to-do list that he has laid out is just underlining once again that no president can completely control his agenda. Right. Events always interlude. So he's got his work cut out for him from day day one, from before day one, I guess I would say.
It's interesting already, though, in terms of the stimulus package. It has been leaked in the Wall Street Journal and other places already this morning. Hundreds of billions of dollars of tax relief and givebacks to help sweeten the pot for conservatives who might otherwise be dragging their feet on this.
Well, I just go back to this. I mean, this is just some sort of, dream that you could put together some enormous program like this, and everybody would just show up and say, oh, gosh, what a great idea. Let's do this. These things have to be thought out, and I think if they can get something like this done by mid-February rather than January 20th, I think that in itself would be a remarkable thing. But again, these things are very difficult, and saying one thing in the campaign and doing it once you get to Washington, we find out again these are two very different things.
There you go.